Blogging in 2021, how to get started, what are the mistakes you should avoid, how to get your first few clients. Is it really relevant in 2021? Everything we'll be talking in today's video. With me, I have Smita Agarwal, who is experienced in blogging and content writing in general, and she will be sharing her own experience, what she has learned over the past few months and years of learning blogging. The questions and the timestamps would be in the description if you are interested. And I hope this video will be valuable for all of you. If it will be, make sure that you hit the like button. It really helps me out a lot. Thank you so much. And now let's get started with this video. All right, so let's talk about blogging itself. Like, all of us know what blogging is, and if anyone in the viewers don't know what blogging is, you should probably just go Google it up. But we'll be talking about how can someone start blogging. Let's say someone is in first year or second year of college. How can they start with blogging as from beginning, right? So what are the skills required? I know like SEO is really important, and also you can just talk about that.
So you can starting a blog is really easy. I think you can use WordPress, or you can also use Blogspot. Blogspot is much easier than WordPress. So yeah, if you are starting a blog as a content writer, you have either of the two goals, right? So either you are looking to use your blog as a portfolio, which is a great thing. So in that case, you need to focus more on the kind of content you are posting, and you have to focus less on getting traction to your blog. So also if you're using it as a portfolio, I would say you should try to post things that are relevant to the kind of companies you're applying to. So try to post on that niche. And if you're trying to generate revenue directly through your blog using AdSense and sort of stuff, so in that case, I would say you should also focus on using the right keywords, making it rank on Google, and making the interface user friendly, and also using the right sort of graphics and stuff. So that also plays a huge importance when you're trying to generate revenue directly through your blog. But in the other case, you should focus mainly on the kind of
so you're basically talking about two things here. First is niche, right? So how can someone choose like a topic or a category that they can talk about? Should they be really specific about one particular thing? Let's say they make a blog just talking about let's say affiliate marketing as let's say an Amazon affiliate marketing, just on that. Or they should be a little bit more broad. What should they actually choose? Like, how should they come across, okay, so this is what my category should be? How can they choose that?
Yeah, so I would say initially you should try writing on a variety of subjects, diverse fields. So later on you can stick to a niche, but starting on you can write on variety of topics. Also, when you're selecting a niche, I would say कि do not just look कि इसमें कितना पैसा you can earn. You should also focus on what kind of content that you would actually like to consume, so you can create better content in that field. So that is also very important.
Doing what you love, like just talking about things that are interesting to you. Let's say someone likes to talk about Pokemon, they can just make tons and tons of articles just talking about Pokemon and the multiple series.
Yeah.
All right, great. You talked about AdSense, right? So how exactly does that work, and how does it vary depending on your niche?
Yeah, so like first of all, if you're thinking of establishing AdSense for your blog, make sure that you're first getting a lot of traffic to your blog, and then only start AdSense. So that way it would be better. If you are able to get a lot of traffic, you can earn money through AdSense. But if you are not able to get that amount of traction to your blog itself, so then it wouldn't be that beneficial to establish AdSense in the first place.
You talk about getting traffic. How can they, just get traffic? How can they learn about SEO optimization and all? What are some resources? Do they really have to pay for some course, or they can get some free material that is great at this topic?
So I do not believe a lot on paid courses. See, you can learn pretty much everything on the internet for free. So first, I would say start posting content, and then you would actually become more interested in learning that how can you make it, how can you make it reach to a larger audience. So first start posting content, and then along the way, it is better to learn about SEO and that sort of thing. So yeah, and also you can leverage social media to get traction to your content. That is a great way as well. Building a personal brand on a social media platform like LinkedIn or Instagram, that's a great way to get
Is there any
traction.
like frequency that they can think of that okay, I'll post like 2 blogs in 1 week, or should they like be having like some erratic schedule? I'll post whenever I feel like for growth.
I Yeah. So for blog, I would if you can fix like once a week, if you're doing it, you can fix like I would post every Monday, and you do not obviously have to necessarily sit and write on Mondays. You can write
Yeah,
it on any
schedule
other
it.
week.
Yeah.
Just post it on a posting. Yes, sure. So scheduling it for a particular day in a week, that would be much more beneficial, I guess.
Okay, now let's talk about this platform called as Medium. It recently gained a lot of traction. I read a lot of blogs and articles on Medium. They have publishing houses as well, startup school and all that. There are some really amazing ones. But what I'm trying to understand here is that have you tried out Medium? And if you have, what do you think about it as like a platform? Should we start creating a blog on Medium itself? I know there is a friend of mine and he has this amazing blog called as The Nerd Tech Show, in which he just shares a lot of things about software development and all on his blog. And like it has been a gradual progress for him on Medium. Recently he gets like about 29,000, 30,000 reads every single month. So that's what he is doing right now. Tell me what is your experience been like over there?
Yeah, so I actually consume a lot of content on Medium, but I haven't posted much. I've just posted, I guess, one piece of content until now on Medium. So you can get a lot of views on Medium, but what I've read that prospects of Indian writers earning through Medium isn't that great compared to other countries. So I have not posted much there. Also, see, if you have a blog of your own, you're directly getting traffic
Yeah.
to your site, so that is much better. And having a blog rather than a Medium, you get that flexibility to display the content the way you want to. So I personally prefer that.
What are some ways that they can get some freelancing clients? Let's say there is some website that someone has created. There's a startup, for example, and they want to get some people to write blogs on a particular topic. So, like, how can they find these clients? That is my first question. And secondly, would be how can they decide how much should they charge them?
Okay, so taking the first question, there are sites like freelancer.com, Upwork, and Fiverr. So I haven't used any one of them. So I would recommend you can actually try a bunch of social media platforms and then stick to a few of them and create content on those sites, and through that you can actually directly get clients. Also, you can also get clients directly through your network, like your friends or your seniors who might need your services, or even your
Alumni and all. Yeah.
relatives, you can get clients through them. Yeah, sure. Also your family relatives, you can also sometimes get clients through them. Maybe they need your services for their company, or they can recommend you to people. So you should also consider having a network that might need your service. That is always great. And using social media platforms, like I would say LinkedIn is a great platform. See, I haven't posted I'm not that active on LinkedIn, but still I've got a bunch of good opportunities through LinkedIn, like people connecting directly saying that they want content for their website, they want their CVs written by me. So that is a great way, because then you're saving time. You're not pitching your services then waiting for the person to reply back. You are just saving the time. That person is directly coming up to you and asking you for your services. So that is a great way, I would say.
All right. And how should they decide upon what to charge? Like, is there any guide that they can take a look at? And what can be like the upper cap that, okay, this is what you can eventually make up in about 1 to 2, 3 years down the line?
Yeah, I would say if you're looking to decide on a price, it is first very important. I would say at least get on call with the client at least once before starting the project. See, I have this person. He is based outside India. He connected with me directly through LinkedIn. He wanted to redesign his CV. So only after the call I realized that actually he just wanted few pointers, so he wanted to basically make his CV himself. He just needed a few pointers. So I would say it is very important to keep the communication clear. So there can be miscommunication through mails or text, so at least getting on call once before starting the work, so you actually get a very clear sense of the scope of the work you're doing, and according to that you can charge the price. Also, if you're applying for internships and work, firstly you should make sure that the person or the company is willing to pay you and has the money to pay you, so that way it does not happen that on while you're working on the project later you realize that no, they are not willing to pay you, or those sort of scams don't happen with you.
Okay, now let's talk about what are the mistakes that people make and what are the things that they can learn and they can avoid making those mistakes.
Yeah, so firstly, I would say there is this hype around freelancing right now, and people think I have watched few videos on YouTube that goes like, if you do not have any skill, basically you just need a laptop and an internet connection and you can earn a lot of money through content writing. So I don't think that is the case at all. If people think that, if they see those people who are posting that kind of content on YouTube, they may be themselves, they have never done a content writing internship or a freelancing work, so do not fall prey to that. If your goal is to earn money, I guess there are other things that you can do. Like, I also was giving tuitions, so I earned more through the tuitions than I did earn through my content writing internships or stuff. So if I'm wanting to make quick money, I would say key content writing isn't the best thing to start. You can become an online educator, you can teach students, you can teach stuff that you're great at. Also, one more thing, I actually, when I started out, I used Internshala, so my experience was actually not that great there. I would not recommend that platform to everybody.
It's not a good platform, I know.
Yeah, that is one more thing. Yeah, so there are like job postings like you would be paid 2,000 rupees for a month of work, and you have to give 2 hours daily, so that does not make any sense. Also, one more thing I would like to mention, especially in the field of content writing, people, they would like, I have this experience, I applied for that thing through Internshala, so that person actually wanted content for their website, so I applied to them, through Internshala to them, and then I got a message from them saying, congratulations, you are selected, but you need to write a sample article for us. Though I had already given them my blog, so they could actually look up to my work in my blog, but they said that they wanted me to write a sample article of this many long words. I actually wrote it for them, and after a week I got a response saying, you're not selected for the internship, but if you want, we can post your article on our website. So I was like, this doesn't obviously adds up. If you do not like my content and you're not selecting me, then why do you want to post my article on your thing? So avoid, so avoid writing sample articles like that.
Okay, so those,
you can write sample articles.
Go on.
Yeah, so I would like to share another experience where I wrote a sample thing. So this was a person who was based in UK, I guess. So they have this company where they offer resume writing services, so they wanted to hire me. So we actually first set up that it wasn't like that if you write this sample well only, then we would work forward. It was like, since it is a new field for you, you can work on few samples before, then later you can work for clients. So that way you can write samples in that case, but otherwise do not write samples for people.
All right, that clears out a lot of question that people would have. What do you think, is blogging relevant in 2021? I see a lot of people that, like I myself, right? I was thinking of creating content, so I just naturally went towards podcasts because I saw a lot of momentum over there. Then I found that it's not a really great platform for people in India because they really don't know what podcasting is. Then I went into YouTube, and that's what I've been doing for a long time. I want to know, like, is blogging relevant? Like, is it still something that you should go for as your own career?
Yeah, I think absolutely blogging is still relevant. So if you know, Meghan Markle also has a blog called The Tig, I guess. So yeah, see, you can go about it in two ways. Either you are that famous person, so people who must be going towards her blog, they do not go there because she produces the best lifestyle content. They go there because they already know her because of the brand that she is. So if you have a great personal brand, that could go a long way, but you do not necessarily have to be a celebrity to make your blog a success. Also, if you are become that trusted person to your audience, if you become a reliable source of information, so they know that if they want information related to that particular niche, they can go to your blog and find that information, and that way your blog can be a success. So yeah, I feel it is totally still relevant in 2021.
Because what I was thinking is that people have shorter attention spans these days, right? They like to consume quick content, TikTok, IG Reels and all. So that was just a question that I was having, that okay, is this still relevant? Will people still read whatever they want to learn? All right. One quick question I just wanted to know, what are some references or some resources that you can point people to, that okay, if you want to get started, this is a great content writer to follow, this is a great blog that you can take a look at, these are some great videos. What are some resources that people can take a look at?
Yeah, so 2 content writers that I follow now are Shreya Patar. If you're in content writing, you must be knowing her. So guys, people can follow her obviously. And also Saheli Chatterjee, she is also another person. She also have like she also offers services for people who want to learn content writing or freelancing or digital marketing. So those are 2 people that if you want to get established,
she has a great YouTube channel as well.
Follow those people for great advice. Yeah, and she posts a lot of stuff books on her Instagram profile as well.
All right, Smita, thank you so much for joining me here. What would be your one last message for people that are thinking of getting into content writing and blogging in general?
Yeah, so I would say ki if you are an engineering student and you just want to do an internship so that you can mention it in your resume, then do not do a content writing internship with that mindset, because anyways it would not add a lot to your resume in terms of your campus placement. So do not do that. You are just wasting your time. You can invest it somewhere else. If you're really interested in writing and if you see forward, if you want to take it forward, then only do content writing internships or work like that. Not just because you can because you think it is a easy field. Do not do that with that mindset.
Totally agree with you on that. Thank you so much for joining me here. Thank you so much everyone for watching this video till the very end. It really means a lot to me. If you have been watching it so far, I hope this video was helpful. Make sure that you hit the like button. Make sure that you share this video with your friends and subscribe to this channel. Comment and let me know if you have any questions. If you would like to talk to Smita, I'll have her socials in the description as well. And I'll be making more videos on freelancing and how to get started with certain fields. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. And also follow me on Instagram at Ishan Sharma 790. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.